So hello everyone, welcome back to the data science program. In the previous video we have discussed about Python strings, and in this video we'll continue to solve problems based on strings. So basically it's a practice video. It's going to be a practice video on strings. So we'll see four code snippets, four simple programs on strings. So I'll take you guys to the Google Colab notebook where we'll see Python strings problems. So these are the four questions we'll be solving in today's session. So the first problem says that find the length of a given string without using the len function. So we already know by using the len function we can easily find out the length of a given strings, but we don't have to use the len function. Without using the len function only we have to solve this problem. So for that, first thing what we need is the input from the user, where that user will be providing their string. So first we will take one variable, let's say string. We will take a variable by the name of string, and we will take input from the user, input, and we will ask the user to enter the string. So now we have the string. So now we want to find out the length of the given string. So what we can do here is initially we can take a variable by the name of counter. So we will take a variable by the name of counter, and we will keep the value as 0. So now we have the input from the user, the string, and we have a variable counter whose value is 0. So now what we will do here is we will take a for loop, and this for loop is going to be in the range of for I in let's say string, for I in string. So whatever the input user is giving, this I will iterate on that. So for that what will happen here is we will take the for loop for I in string, and then what we will do here is we will take the counter plus 1 plus equals to 1, and now what we will do here is we will simply print. So we will simply print counter, and now if you run the cell, it will ask you to enter the strings. Let's say we are entering hello Vikash, and now if you enter, we are getting 12. The length of the string is 12. How we are getting 12? See, if you count from hello, 1 2 3 4 5, this space is also considered as a string only. So 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So we are getting 12 here. So I'll just summarize this solution again. Initially we will take the input from the user. We have a counter value. So whenever we are taking the for loop, what we are doing here is, when suppose here we have this string value as hello Vikash. So first I will check on this h, and we are incrementing the counter value by 1. So now we have the counter value equals to 1. Now for the second iteration we have I equals to e, then we will increase this counter value by 2, and we will store this value inside this counter only. So now the counter value is 2. Same way we will do till this h part, and we will have the counter value equals to 12, and simply we will print counter. So we are getting 12 here. So that's about this small program. Now we will see the second program. This is also a simple program only. See, what we have to do here is we have to extract the character before at the rate from the email ID. So suppose the email ID is Vikash at the rate 1234. So we have Vikash at the rate, suppose we have this email ID. Example, if email ID is Vikash56 at the rate of 123. So what we have to do here is we have to find out all the characters before this at the rate. See, extract the character before at the rate. So before at the rate we have Vikash56 from an email ID. So but we will take the email ID from the user. That means we will be taking the input from the user. We won't use this email ID. We will use some other email ID here. So what we will do here is we will take variable. Let's say we have the variable a, and we will take the input from the user, and we will ask the user to enter the email id, and I have to remove this n. A equals to input, enter email id. We have the email id here, and now what we have to do here is, suppose if we want to print all these characters before this @ what we should know here is, we should know the index position of this @. We have already studied about indexing and slicing, so by that method, by using the slicing method, we can find out. If we know the position of this @, we can simply print Vikas56 by using the slicing method in strings. So we will find out this @ position, the index position of this @. So how to do that? So we will take one variable position, and what we will do here is, you can simply use the syntax a.index. This function, we will use this function index, and if you give @ value as a string inside this index, so what this a.index will do here is, it will show you the index position of @, but we are not printing the index position of @ here. We are simply finding out the index position of @, and we are storing inside position, inside this variable position. So what we will do here is, we are taking the input from the user, and we are finding out the index position of @. And now what we will do, we will simply print we will use slicing here. So we have the input from the user in the variable a, so we will use a, and in slicing we will start from 0, and we will go up till position. So this position is not included. Suppose we have this 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We have index position 8 here, so we won't include 8. That's why we have written position, otherwise we would have written position +1. So if you use position, we will get this part. We won't get we won't print up till @. If we want to print up till @, we have to use position +1. That's why we are using only position. So now if you run the cell, we will simply get the output as, okay, I will run this cell again. Enter the email id. Let's say our email id is Sushant345 @777. So we should get Sushant345 as the output. So now if you run the cell, see, we are getting Sushant345 as the output here. So that's about this. And now we will see one more problem. Here the problem says that count the frequency of a particular character in a string provided by the user. Let's say we have this string as Akash, and if you want to find out the frequency of h, we should get the output as 1, because we have only one h here. And if we want to find out the frequency of a here, we should get the output as 3, because we have 3 a's here. So how to solve this problem? First, what we need is the input from the user. So we will take one variable, and we will store the input inside this variable input, and we will ask the user to enter the string. So we have this string, and now what we need is, we need a term, which term we want to search. So again we will ask the user to enter the term which he wants to search. Enter the term which you want to search. So we have the input, we have the string from the user, and then we have the term. So we are asking the user which term he wants to check. Now what we need is a counter variable we will take one counter variable and we will keep the value as 0. So we have these three variables here. Now what we will do is we will take one for loop for I in s. We will take s and we will check if I equals to term. Suppose we first I will solve this and then I will explain. If I equals to term, then what we will do is we will simply increase the counter variable by 1 and we will simply print the counter. We will take one string frequency of, so simply we will write frequency and we will print counter value. So now if we try to run the cell, see asking us to enter the string. So let's say MS Dhoni, biggest cricketer ever. We have entered this a string MS Dhoni, biggest cricketer ever. Now we want to search the frequency of, let's say we want to check G. So if you type G, enter the term which you want to search. So we want to search G. So see, the frequency of G is 2. So now if you carefully check this string MS Dhoni, see we are getting only 2 G's here. You can give other input. Let's say we are giving hello MS Dhoni, and if you want to check M, we are getting the frequency as 1 because we have only one M in this whole sentence. So I will explain this problem here. So we are taking the input from the user and then we are taking the input again from the user which term he wants to search, and we are keeping the counter value as 0. Now we will check this string. Let's say here hello MS Dhoni, we will check. I value is H. We will check whether the counter value is equals to H or not. Suppose the term value is M, so in the counter value will be 0 only. When it will reach to this point, the counter value, we will increase this counter value by 1 and the counter value will be 1 because we are storing this counter value inside this counter only. So apart from this M, we don't have any other M, so the overall counter value will be 1 only. So we are getting this frequency equals to 1. So that's about this small problem, and now we will see one more problem, which is the last problem in this session. So we have to write a program to remove a particular character from the string. So it's simple only, and what we will do here is we will simply copy this and we will paste it over here. We will simply change this variable value, and we will see, we will again take this term value, we will copy and we will paste it over here. We will paste, and here we don't want to search a particular character. What we have to do here is we want to remove a particular character. So enter the term which you want to remove. So remove, and now we will take one more variable by the name of result, and we will keep the value as empty string. So we have this empty string here, and now we will create one for loop for I in t, and we will check if I not equals to term. If the I value is not equals to term, that means suppose you want to in this MS string, if you want to remove M, so what will happen here is it will check whether I is not equals to the term. So if I is not equals to M, we will simply rest of the string will be what we will do here is we will add this rest of the string to this empty string. So if I not equals to term, what we will do here is we will simply store result equals to result plus result equals to result plus I, or we will simply take space, and now we will print, and we will print I here. We will simply print I, and now if you run the cell, it's asking us to enter the string. Let's say Virat Kohli biggest let's say biggest cricketer, and which term you want to remove. Let's say we want to remove V. Okay, enter the term which you want to remove. We want to remove V. Okay, there is some issue with this code. Term, enter the string term, enter the term which we want to remove. Remove result equals to, oh sorry, we have to print a result here. Simply have to print a result. And now if you run the cell, suppose the string is gosh, and now if you want to remove V from this string, see, we are not getting V here. You can use other inputs. Let's say we have double A here, but we want to remove single A, so we want to remove A. So both the A's will be removed. So whichever string you want to remove, you can remove from, by using this program. And we want to remove H. We want to remove H. See, we are getting this output. So I'll again summarize this problem. We have the term, we are taking the input from the user, and we are taking one more input from the user where which term he wants to remove, and we have created one empty string. And when the I value is not equals to the term, suppose you want to remove, we have removed H here. When the I value is not equals to H, that means this part, we will add this part to this result part, and simply we will print this result. So that's about these 4 problems. We have covered these 4 problems, these basic 4 problems, and we will see few more problems in the next video, and then we will complete our string problems, and then we will move into the next data type. So that's about this session on strings. So thank you for watching this video.